You want to do the $8,000 alpha male boot camp for weak fathers?
Let's do it. Let's do it. I could use a good laugh right now.
Society today is clearly lacking masculine role models. Men have been raised to be weak and feminine. So what is the answer? Better fathers?
Cornelia.
Nope. It's paying thousands of dollars to LARP as a Navy SEAL and have other men humiliate you. I'm sure there's a lot of science backing this one up. In this next clip, you can see their testosterone rising instantly.
Sit straight, nice and tall. That is not nice and tall. Put your down. Lower, lower. What is wrong with you? Are you retarded?
All right, time out.
This adult camp is called...
Yeah.
I'm sorry. First things first, Cody. Like these guys that pay this kind of money, in order to go to these like retreats. Here we go again. Just bouncing back on what was their father like?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If
That's
they're
huge.
gonna let like another grown ass man talk to them like this.
Right.
And, basically pay this kind of money. What is it? $18,000?
18 grand, man.
Anyways.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's like they need a better relationship with their father, right? Their father should have just been better. I mean, but you can't pick your dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what I think go ahead.
I think the question is, and we can answer this at the end of the video.
Yeah.
Does this shit really work? You know what I'm saying?
It can't.
Does it really work? We're talking about grown men that basically probably were treated like this at a young age in some sense. So, I hate to use that word trigger, but I'm sure this is really triggering. So how are you supposed to change your behavioral patterns by this kind of approach?
Right. Yeah.
So anyways, I don't know.
No, and then it's, and who are these guys that are leading this project? Who the hell do they think they are? They're probably like ex-Navy SEAL, right? And they think that because they're so admired by other men, because we have this like pedestal that we put ex-military guys on, which, I feel like a lot of those guys have mental issues that they're dealing with, just like everybody. Talk about adding mental health. You are. There's no way you're getting out of being in special forces without some type of trauma. And a part of dealing with that type of trauma,
to kill people.
Right? Yeah, and a part of dealing with that type of trauma is just putting your head down, and you just push through. And it's like, okay, yes, that's how you get through war, but I don't know if that...
everyday life, or if someone cuts you off in traffic.
Right, yeah. Do you think this hardening of your heart is really the way through, or the only way through times of war?
Right. Right. So,
it's like
these are the guys that are leading, the project.
Yeah, and then who
getting paid for it?
Exactly. They're trying to make money off of other men, and that's what I hate, dude. I hate seeing this shit. Man.
They're preying on the vulnerable.
Yeah.
There's no other way to look at it. You're preying on the vulnerable people.
Yeah. And then it's like, has anybody asked, like, who do these Navy SEALs get coached by? Or who? I don't think any of them seek out coaching. Because culturally and societally, they're at the top of the food chain.
Yeah.
As far as this tough masculine archetype, Mm-hmm. And it's like, well, I think there's more. Where's your heart? Where's your relationship with God at? Okay, well, who do you talk to for that? Crickets.
Yep.
All right, let's get to it.
Modern day night project, which sounds like a Batman movie. Come to think of it, you could probably learn more about being a man from Bruce Wayne. These guys emptied their savings account to learn how to become alpha males, and what unfolded, well, you just have to see for yourself. Let's explore. Back in 2019, Bedros Keuilian started the Modern Day Night Project, an attempt at recreating military training in a 75-hour window to turn suburban dads into hardened alpha males. What transpired is a 3-day course enriching the teachers at a level far beyond your typical course-selling fake guru. Here's an example of the training they receive. I may have cherry-picked something they were doing that was dumb, but this entire project is full of exercises that are going to make you laugh, so make sure to get your popcorn ready. Normally, you'd pay a company to do your landscaping for you, but in this video, we're highlighting a company that has figured out how to get guys to pay to do their dirty work. The next class will be the 20th cohort of men. They claim 37 spots to begin. The project costs $18,000. 37 people at $18,000 each equals $666,000 in revenue. This is the highest margin business model I've ever seen. This is what you're paying for.
Get your off. 5.
The only
4.
Drop it down.
Drop your gear.
Gear down.
5, 4, 3, 2. Doesn't even move faster.
The price has increased over time, but let's assume 20 members in a cohort at $15,000 per person times 20 cohorts means they've probably generated around $6 to $8 million. Steve Eckert is my favorite instructor. Steve will be the facilitator of suffering. This next clip is one of my favorites posted from this alpha male camp. Let me know if you're convinced Steve is mentally well.
Because I see in your eyes that most of you don't belong here. And I'll be damned, I'll take this knife off my waist and carve this tattoo off my hand before I let any of you show up here on Friday for the graduation. I see in your eyes already. Your souls are mine.
I was still
Healthy.
Wow. Your souls are mine. Now we're quoting Mortal Kombat. Your souls are mine.
Your soul is
Bro.
mine.
Straight up, dude.
Dude.
Wow.
Wow. Totally healthy.
I gotta figure out their marketing tactics to get these guys in, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think I think we see it all the time. You just go on social media and podcasts and you continually talk about how you're not doing enough. You're not holding yourself accountable. You're not like me. I'm special forces. Get like me.
Yeah.
Well, how do you get like me? Come to my boot camp.
There you go. Join the community.
That's
You're
right.
not joining the community, you're a piece of shit. You're never gonna make it. You're never gonna make it without me.
Yeah.
You know?
Your wife will never love you without me. All right, dude.
You're not showing up for your family if you're not spending $18,000 on this program.
Right. Yeah.
Worthless piece of shit.
How much does your relationship with your family mean to you? Priceless, right? Well, then spend 18 grand.
You don't have it in the bank? Bullshit. Put it on a credit card. Figure it out. You don't want it bad enough.
Exactly.
It's the same thing, man. Over and over and over again.
still laughing hysterically the 15th time I watched this video. The more I researched this alpha male camp, the more I wondered if the coaches were the ones who needed a training camp. Steve apparently is very in control of his emotions.
Get ass up this hill! Tell me to not drop you! You give up on me! Hold me straight, motherfucker! He's wiggling me left and right!
You know he likes holding me like that.
It's the light butt slap that did it for me. Way to crawl up the hill, champ. That was Steve crawling before he grabbed his knife and slammed the table.
Class leaders, we have everyone?
These students look like they just survived a grenade blast in a remote town outside of Germany, but nope, they're in the upper middle class area of Chino Hills, California.
Yourself.
The tree is right
Instead of laying down there at the bottom of the hill. Go.
Hurry up.
Go.
Get up here.
Go. So let's go.
The first thing that comes to mind when watching this alpha male boot camp is, boy, do these guys need therapy. Thanks to today's sponsor, BetterHelp, we all can have access to a therapist who can provide us with helpful, unbiased advice of our mental health.
Smooth transition.
In person.
Yeah.
They're essentially all
But I mean, wonder what these guys like who are in the videos think. Like, ah, shit, I didn't know this footage was gonna get out there. You know?
Yeah, I mean, like the support guys in the background.
No, just the guys who signed up and are like that guy on
Like
on
the
the
guys
hill.
that paid the money.
Yeah, and just getting yelled at, covered in dirt. You know, like
Yeah.
like what is attractive to your wife about seeing you get bossed around by other grown men in your 30s and 40s?
I mean, it's probably nothing different from her bossing him around.
Damn.
You know?
Yikes.
Maybe.
Wow, dude. I mean, you might be onto something. Like, I mean, I bet a lot of these men probably do allow the woman to walk all over them, and they don't feel like they're man enough to, I don't know, speak their mind or something like that. So they sign up for this boot camp. Like, he's going to teach me how to be a man.
Be a man.
Yeah. One thing about this is, like, it's all military training. It's all like, get up here or you're going to die. And it's like, you can't replicate war training without literally signing your name on and enlisting into the military.
Yeah.
It's just like the stakes are just not, it's like, I'm literally going to be shipped to war potentially. So this makes sense. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But if the stakes aren't like legitimate, I don't know how anybody can take it seriously.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't. I feel like I would be that one of the first guys out because I would just be laughing the whole time.
Yeah. Like,
and making fun of the guy.
Right. Yeah. Ah, man, you're just thinking about the credit card you signed up for. Ah, man, I fucked up.
Shoot. Yeah, luckily I put it on a credit card. Now I can call the credit card company and report it as fraudulent activity and get out of it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a play.
Things that can't really be objectively analyzed.
One person, go back in the water, you fucking idiots! If any of you get out of the water and ring the bell, I'm gonna personally whoop your on the sand.
So all that's really happening is
And that's that Bedros guy, right? That's the head guy, right?
He's one of them, yeah. Bedros, yeah.
Yeah, he's got an interesting story. Hey, guess what? Ex-addict.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
I knew that.
So, yeah, that's always good.
Yeah, it's that addictive personality never really goes away. It just gets channeled to something different. Unless you've had some real deep work.
Right.
But
yeah, and it doesn't always seem that that type of person should be in a leadership position.
right.
Like you,
Right.
all right, you were addicted to something. It got the best of you. I don't think leading other people is the best use of your your existence right now.
Yeah.
Right. But there's something about, people with that, that personality, that they call it that addictive personality, right? That is,
Yeah, what does that even mean?
I think that's a fake. It's like a lame term, I feel like. But
It's a discussion that we can have, maybe in the next podcast as far as your thoughts on addiction. Is it a disease? Or is it
no.
Yeah, we can go there, but
Yeah.
next podcast.
All right.
There's a lot to be said.
dudes getting yelled at for 3 days straight like they're in the military, and the reward is their face on Instagram videos rolling through the sand.
Exactly.
Look at each other. Look to your left and to your right. More than 60% will not be here Friday. I guarantee it. And I'll make sure.
Yeah, because they're all calling their credit card companies.
I know.
Instructors actively try to get the recruits to quit, as evidenced by that clip. They do actually get some to quit, and they don't even get a refund. When they quit, they're forced to ring the bell in front of everyone. No refund. Probably not the best use of $18,000.
Mother, he can't do it. Put him back on his back now. Everyone that put on his back. Put him back on his back. Put them on his back.
The building they occupy is really nice. Bedros owns it for another business, and he figured why not convert it into a gym, tell guys to do some push-ups and crawl on the floor for $18,000 so the mortgage is paid.
Why are you by yourself?
Why are you over here all
Why are you alone?
No one cares about you.
Why?
You don't care
Why
about
are
anyone
you
else.
alone?
What
Are you alone?
My favorite part of this alpha male boot camp is they're doing these exercises in a nice commercial complex with businesses next door. You know, some carpet company has to see these idiots yelling at their students every day outside their main window.
Stories, we got rid of the one. You two have some massive stepping up to do, or you both gonna be the next ones. I want someone gone. You know what happens to them? They become gone.
These guys all have a fetish for kicking people out of the class, like it's some honor to crawl in sand and do some push-ups and not quit. The Modern Day Night Project is a 75-hour personal growth experience for men who want to live a life filled with fulfillment, purpose, financial freedom, and have a deep, loving relationship with their family.
Financial freedom.
That's one of the most used words on social media these days. It's
Yeah.
got to be,
Yeah.
financial freedom. Take this course. Yeah.
Dude, aren't we fascinating as like the male gender? Like men will spend $18,000 that they potentially might not even have, right? For a life filled with fulfillment, purpose, financial freedom, and deep loving relationships with their family. There is no female group that exists like this.
Nope.
Isn't that
No.
fascinating?
Very true. Very true.
Wow. I'm going to play it.
Family. That's a sentence full of personal development buzzwords that can't be measured. I haven't figured out how these students are learning how to become financially free after getting yelled at for 75 hours, and spending $18,000 for this camp doesn't exactly sound like the wisest financial decision. Besides getting yelled at, these little dogs are instructed to play fetch.
This is not a team drill. This isn't a trick. This isn't a joke. I want one person to bring me this ball back.
In addition to playing fetch in a public park, they're humiliated in parking lots too.
Oh, God. Don't move. Don't move. Water. Don't turn your head.
Don't turn your head.
From water.
Hey, there's a homoerotic nature to this. You know what I
It
mean?
really is.
I mean, come
It
on.
really is.
I could not do that to another man, especially at this age.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Straight forward. Straight forward. I'm going to keep it there so you go straight forward.
I promise you, I was not able to hold my laughter when I was watching these videos. Just a reminder that they paid $18,000 for this training, and I also find it highly feminine to get sprayed in the face.
Get over here. Where's you? You fucking slow fat one. Both of you. You're gonna sit. Get over here, fucking quitter, unquitter. You unquit. Never heard of that. Sit down. Sit down right here. You two are gonna share this cookie. All of you start crawling. Start crawling. Yeah. They're gonna crawl and suffer until you're done with that cookie. Till the both of you are done sharing that fucking cookie. Go. Eat the fucking cookie.
What these toughened alpha men actually accomplish from these camps is tough to evaluate. Plenty claim they benefited from it, but I have a hard time believing real change occurs. Often when people spend a crazy amount of money, they will justify it after, especially if the results are subjective, i.e. imaginary.
Eat the you want them to suffer until you eat till you finish the cookie. Cool. Yeah, just sit there. Just sit there. Eat the fucking cookie. They are gonna suffer until you're done eating it, and you better share it.
I'm trying to be objective as best I can, but I laughed so hard making this video. Every single clip had me on the floor laughing even harder than when I watched Dave Chappelle. I mean, seriously, how do you not laugh at all these middle-class dudes signing up for a class where they get sprayed in the face with a garden hose from Home Depot in hopes of becoming a better husband?
Crawl. Go. One fucking person. Go back in the water, you fucking idiots. One person responded. Go fully submerge yourselves in. Let's just keep getting going.
I think this was created for the instructors to have a chance to LARP as military drill sergeants because I just don't understand what is getting accomplished by calling them idiots and telling them to crawl in the sand. Many experts claim a new habit is formed after 21 days, some claim multiple months. Whatever your belief is, I think it's fair to say 3 days isn't enough time. In an Instagram post, they indicate that they are aware that the hater's gonna hate, but that doesn't take away how important of a job this is to us. Men want to heal from their past traumas, challenge themselves, and show up for their families. Healing men from their past traumas usually requires a PhD in psychology, but I'd be shocked if these guys had a degree in anything.
I mean,
Before we get to that,
we forget about our past traumas because we're being traumatized in present day life.
right? Yeah,
That's the
we're just adding
methodology.
traumas. Like if you
Yes.
the key is
Trauma stacking.
right, trauma stack.
Trauma stacking.
You forget the old traumas if you stack on new ones. Come on, guys.
Mm-hmm.
This is simple. Oh, shit.
And now we've reached the point where this alpha male boot camp becomes a kink fetish fantasy for these military bros. If I told you I was making
These are the guys that make people not want to play football in high school because of the locker room hazing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you get to high school, you're like, oh yeah, you know, when you try out as a freshman, they duct tape you and like you take your underwear off and like humiliate you. The hell is wrong with these people? But yeah, that's what they do, and they become adults, go into the military, and then do it to other people for 18 grand.
Exactly.
Wow.
making a video on people getting tied up and sprayed in the face, you'd think I was making a video for OnlyFans, not YouTube. These guys are just preying on men's vulnerabilities and desire of feeling like an alpha male with these camps. These dudes aren't making behavior changes after being water tortured for a few hours on a summer afternoon in Southern California. Smelling your teammate's butthole would only make you a better husband if your wife was into butt stuff. Maybe it makes you a better father since changing—
That's pretty good. Oh, man.
a few hours on a summer afternoon in Southern California. Smelling your teammate's butthole would only make you a better husband if your wife was into butt stuff. Maybe it makes you a better father since changing your baby's diapers would become easier. What hasn't become easier is not laughing hysterically at Steve pretending to be their daddy.
Stupid. Are you that stupid? Here's why we're stupid. Here's why. Are you touching me? Are you touching me? Are you touching me? Fuck off me. Get the fuck off of me. I'm not touching. Oh, you get in the tubs. Get in the tubs, every one of you. So, hey, what are you gonna do now? What are you gonna do now? Sir, every one of you get in the tubs. Get in the tubs. Get in the tubs. Shut up. There is no respect. Get in the tubs. You are going home. Oh, no, you're not. Sit down. You're not going to the water. They're all going to the water. They're all going to the water. You're done. You're done.
What's sad to me is how most of these dudes probably think that becoming a man is done by going through a discount SEAL training boot camp that actually costs college tuition money. The next clip is hilarious, but the comments are even better.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It was like, you mean you're going to tell me you're doing everything that they do in BUD/S to become a Navy SEAL without the certification? Without
Right.
any of the acknowledgement that you're a Navy SEAL? What?
Yeah.
But for financial freedom.
Financial freedom.
Man.
Stop moving. I'm pulling you back down again. Stop moving, and I'm going to pull you down the hill. If you stop moving, you're coming back down the hill. The dirt. That's me helping you. Stop moving again.
Men will do literally anything instead of going to therapy. Then they all chug their Black Rifle coffee and kiss their boyfriends. These are the dudes who pay escorts like $5 grand and don't even sleep with them. Congrats to the special ops guys who found a niche to con people out of their money. This is a domination fetish camp for middle-aged men who almost signed up for the military after high school but didn't because. I heard they bring in Andrew Tate on graduation day and everyone blows each other to completion. I've noticed that the men engaging in these alpha male camps and this type of content online all have a belief that they're in a third world country with terrorists risk possibly attacking them at a moment's notice. Listen to Steve justify this training camp.
We're bringing chaos for you. And the internet, they're like, oh, this is poor leadership, this and that. We are showing you the chaos you're going to see in the real world. Do you see what goes on out there when people get in a car accident and someone comes running out and screaming, throwing axes at them?
These guys are all well-off middle class or upper middle class dudes who can justify spending $18,000 for 3 days of exercise. I can guarantee they aren't living in an environment where people are about to attack them every single day. Even Florida hasn't had a news story about a car accident that led to an axe fight. Who would have thought you could turn yelling at guys into a lucrative 8-figure business? I hope you enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed making it. Thanks.
Wow. Insane, dude.
Wow.
And sad. You know, funny.
Yeah.
And then really sad that, you know, these men, that this is the culture or the status of male culture right now.
Yeah. I've seen a couple of these boot camps. I've even seen a lot of these evangelical style camps kind of get together, like these men's prayer groups get together for like a weekend, and I don't know what they're about, but I know you got to pay to like go and like be like a community of men, and they got the ice baths, the working out, and the scripture, and well, you got to pay like thousands of dollars. So whereas I remember back in the day, we go away to like camps, you know, was it like junior Bible camp?
Right.
It was only like a couple $100 to go hang out with our friends.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, just I don't know. It's just another business opportunity.
Yeah, when I see money, like you got to pay to show up and hang out. Like this is the lesson that all those guys should learn: is these men that are doing this boot camp are creating financial freedom for themselves by making you feel like shit and charging you for it.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny that like making money is such a like a mystical thing that men will do that in hopes of creating financial freedom for themselves? Because there's nothing about that like none of that teaches you how to find a good product to sell to the public that you know that helps people and provides value to them, and that you can charge us a higher price. None of that was taught on that hill getting dragged down.
Exactly. And like, you know, if there's like breakout sessions of, you know, learning how to like start and run a business, how are you supposed to focus? Cause you're freaking back and your head is throbbing.
You're traumatized.
You're traumatized.
How do I start this LLC? Where do I sign? Who do I talk to? Oh God, the cold water.
Shut up. Get in the water.
You're a piece of shit. Are you touching me? Come on, dude. But it is sad, you know? And then what's crazy is a lot of women just expect men to know how to make money.
Yeah.
You know? And then the men are like, oh yeah, I guess I shouldn't I? Well, who knows how? Oh, these guys are telling me that they know how. Okay, cool. And it's an elite group of people, you know, and it's ran by an elite group of people. I mean, the elite of the elite, the special forces operators, you know? Like, oh my God, like I always wanted to be like one of them when I was a kid, but I didn't sign up for the military, you know? I liked hanging out and partying. I liked banging chicks, you know? I was young and dumb, but, you know, these guys did it.
Yeah, they did it. I never made it. That's why my dad doesn't talk to me now.
Right.
That's why I'm here, traumatized.
Yeah. Sad.
So I need these guys to make me feel like I used to feel as a kid, because I miss that, and that's what I'm used to feeling.
Right. I need to feel worthless by somebody else.
You know, belittled.
That's going to make me try harder at something I haven't figured out how to try harder at. Like I don't even know what the first steps are. But
exactly.
But I feel like shit.
But it's the path to financial freedom.
Yeah. And purpose and fulfillment. It's going to work.
Yes.
It's going to work. That's
better relationship with my wife now that I pulled out a second mortgage for my house.
Right.
And we're 18 grand in the hole.
Yeah. Sad, dude. Just
so, honey, how was it? I just let you watch the footage.
Yeah. Just getting yelled at.
First rule about Project X, we don't talk about Project X.
Why?
So
Because you wouldn't even look at me as a man anymore. But you know what?
yep.
I'm pretty sure some of those guys are like, yeah, I made it through that. Yeah, that's me, honey.
Yep.
That's rough.
Sense of accomplishment.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, for
Now
sure.
what?
And you got through it. Awesome. That was hard work.
Yeah.
Awesome. But how did it get you closer towards any of those things that it told you it was getting you closer towards?
Right.
Like, it is the reasoning, I worked you so hard and made you do things that were so difficult that when your wife comes home from a long day and is talking to you, you will not say anything and try to fix her problems, which is what you usually do, but you'll just listen to her and let her get it off her chest, which is going to make her love you a little bit more because that's what she really needs. She doesn't need you to fix it. Does that heal? Does that cold plunge? Is that what the cold plunge does?
Yeah. That was the realization that you had when you were being drugged down a hill by a grown-ass man.
Yeah. In Hokas.
Yeah.
In blue
Chino
Hokas.
Hills, California.
Yeah, man. Nah, it's just it's a scam, dude. And you know what? I liked the Betros guy.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how you say it? How you say it?
Yeah.
How you say it?
Bedros.
Bedros.
Coolio.
Yeah, I mean, I liked some of his stuff when he was starting. Like he was, entrepreneurial minded, talking about starting a business and stuff like that. And then he started this shit, and I'm just like, dude, it's fascinating to see men when they finally make a lot of money, and then what it does to them.
I think it's a power thing,
Yeah, because when most men prioritize making money, they idolize the people who have, right? And they'll only take advice. And the real problem is they're only going to take advice from somebody like him because he's made the financial freedom that they've wanted to get to, Courtney and I were talking about this today. It's like,
Yep.
I was talking to somebody the other day and they were like, I'm trying to improve my relationship, with my wife, but I don't know anybody at my level of business that is doing it as well. So that's what I'm looking for to get advice from. And I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking, well, how does just because this other person supposedly is at the same business level as you, why do you think only his advice is going to be the best advice for how you should connect deeper with your wife?
Wow. Yeah.
Right? That's just a prioritization of finances.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And thus you are missing the point.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Why? With that type of reasoning, I would never have done therapy with Linda.
Yeah.
Right? And yet,
oh my gosh, yes.
and yet my life has changed drastically because of her. She's not, she's not at the level of whatever personal trainer status that I'm at. So why should I listen to her and take her advice?
She's not a college wrestler, Cody.
Right? Why would I listen to her?